The Portland man accused of stabbing a Northern Light EMT completed his initial court appearance this afternoon. Justin Hill of Portland was in court for a second attempt at his initial appearance. That first attempt took place on Monday, but it was scrapped due to Hill's inability to cooperate with his attorney or courtroom procedures. Hill faces a charge of aggravated assault, and if convicted, he could be sentenced to up to 10 years in prison.
Hold on, Mr. Hill. I'm going to ask your attorney to speak on your behalf in just a moment. So, anything else, ADA Clifford?
No, you're right.
Hill's attorney has invoked and been granted Title 15, which means Hill will be mentally evaluated. His bail has been set at $10,000.
A man from the town of Starks has been accused of sexually abusing a minor over a 3-year period. Police arrested 43-year-old Keith Merchant last Thursday and charged him with multiple counts of gross sexual assault, unlawful sexual contact, and sexual abuse of a minor, as well as 1 count of violating conditions of release. According to the Morning Sentinel, the Somerset County Sheriff's Office started investigating Merchant early last week after receiving a report that Merchant had allegedly assaulted a minor under the age of 15. Merchant is being held at the Somerset County Jail on $50,000 cash bail. He's set to appear in court in October.
Brewer police arrested a Bangor man for unlawful trafficking of scheduled drugs and refusing to submit to arrest. Brewer police say 47-year-old Lawrence Sear was arrested around midnight after fleeing from police at the Brewer waterfront. Police say they found Sear in possession of 2 containers of fentanyl and 2 balloons containing more than 100 methadone pills. They say the drug trafficking charges will be elevated to a Class A felony, as the Brewer Waterfront Park has been designated a drug-free safe zone. He's being held at Penobscot County Jail, and it's unclear when he'll appear in court.
In other news tonight, officials in Auburn say there are dozens of cats inside a home in terrible condition. Owen Kingsley was in Auburn earlier today. He has the latest.
More than 24 cats were found inside this home behind me on 7th Street in reportedly filthy conditions. Neighbors we've spoken with say there are frequently cats crawling out of the house. The Greater Androscoggin Humane Society says they are working with the Auburn Police Department and their animal control officer. Only a few of the cats are currently staying at the shelter, but neighbors say there have been police removing cats from the house over the past couple days. Our media partners at the Sun Journal report that the Auburn Department of Planning and Permitting have a plan to follow up with the home this week. The Humane Society explains this is just one extreme case of a growing problem.
We are working right now with several households that have more cats than they probably can care for. It's not an uncommon thing. Mainers are very caring people, and they take on cats and other animals and maybe bite off a little more than they can chew. And that's what we're here for. So we want to be able to help those cats, help those families get down to a more reasonable number.
It's not clear how many cats are still inside that home, but we've seen them crawling out of that upstairs window and onto the roof.
And that was Owen Kingsley reporting. Meanwhile, an update now on a body that was found in Bucksport on Tuesday. Police have identified the deceased as 52-year-old James Snyder of Bucksport. Bucksport Public Safety received a report just before 4 a.m. on Tuesday of an unresponsive male found on Hinks Street. According to the Bucksport Police Department, life-saving measures were taken but were unsuccessful. The police department is currently investigating the incident, and anyone with information is asked to contact Bucksport Public Safety at 207-469-7951.
The Maine Bureau of Highway Safety has an important message for motorists: never drive impaired. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration's annual Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over campaign kicked off today. That campaign, which lasts through September 4th, increases police presence in the hopes of helping to stop impaired drivers. The Maine Bureau of Highway Safety is awarding federal funding to state, county, and municipal law enforcement agencies to increase patrols. Statistics from the CDC say that on average, 32 people are killed every day in alcohol-related crashes in the U.S. alone. The Bureau of Highway Safety reminds drivers to avoid any drugs or alcohol when operating motor vehicles and to always call a designated driver or rideshare service if you are impaired.
Today marked the one-year anniversary of the passing of the Inflation Reduction Act. Clean energy advocates and elected officials gathered in Portland to celebrate the federal legislation, which contains a number of climate initiatives. Advocates say the anniversary is worth celebrating because they believe the act will lead to future success in developing clean energy here in Maine and to help combat climate change.
It goes so far towards meeting the climate crisis at the scale that science and justice demand. And Maine people should be really proud. There's a future that includes really good, family-sustaining, clean energy jobs.
Advocates also celebrated the recent passing of LD 1895, a plan to develop offshore wind infrastructure in the Gulf of Maine, and praised that bill as a, quote, legislative success.
A familiar landmark in Bucksport will soon be closing its doors for good. Our Matthew Jaroncic has that story.
The state is ordering the Bucksport landfill to be closed after not being properly maintained.
At the end of the day, they don't have a place to generate waste, and this landfill has been pretty much dormant for a number of years and not well maintained. So we certainly support the DEP's request for closure.
Lazard says the landfill has not been operational since 2020. She says conversations surrounding the facility restarted last year after AIM Recycling, the owners of the landfill, proposed that the town assume ownership of the property. Wanting to find out more about the condition of the landfill, Lazard did some digging and said she found a lot of violations.
We discovered that there were a number of issues at the facility that were supposed to have been addressed some time ago that had not. A leaking leachate pond, damaged monitoring wells, an inadequate temporary cover system on parts of it, and an uncapped section on the north face.
Lazard brought her findings to the Department of Environmental Protection's Karen Canuti. Canuti then issued a statement to AIM Recycling that they must submit a closure plan by the beginning of next year and complete the closure by 2026. Some residents in Bucksport say closing the landfill helps avoid any further environmental hazards.
I'm very concerned about preserving the quality of the water here in Bucksport. We certainly use the water to make all of our coffee and tea here at the Crumpet, so I want it to be as healthy and as pure as possible.
We reached out to AIM Recycling for a comment, but they declined our request. In Bucksport, Matthew Jaroncic, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
And looking outdoors today, just another very nice day out there for us. Just kind of what you want this time of year.
Yeah, I would say, sometimes the 70s can feel a little deceptively steamy, depending on where the humidity kind of hits. But all in all, it really was just a gorgeous day. So hopefully most, if not all of you, got a chance to get outside and just enjoy the weather.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And what is to come? Well,
let us see. Let's get a first check of our forecast and see what's coming in the overnight.
Hey Beth, thank you. Happy Wednesday. Look what we did today. High temperatures back in the mid to upper 70s across the area. We'll take it, but it was cloudy. Tomorrow, same story, even a bit cooler, followed by the return of rain showers tomorrow night into early parts of Friday. Okay, out there today, lots of cloud cover, a couple sprinkles. Most of us stayed dry today, but there is another system over here to the west of us that will be in our backyards late tomorrow night, more so like midday on Friday, with another healthy rainfall across the area again. But right now it looks like we're going to clear out for the weekend. A nice weekend finally is on the way. Our forecast though tonight though is looking at mostly cloudy skies, some dense fog out there in spots with low temperatures in the 60s. Your full forecast is coming up. Beth?
Definitely the type of overnight I like to see, if I do say so.
I would agree with you on that one.
Alrighty.
Well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, schools aren't just facing a shortage in teachers, bus drivers are also in critically short supply. Our David Ledford has more from the Ellsworth School Department.
And a pair of 10-year-old Herman boys are learning what it really takes to become an entrepreneur. We'll have those stories and more local news after this.
It wasn't just a little bit of soot on an old family photo. It wasn't just a couple of books soaked in water. And when you called Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, you were not just another customer. That family photo hangs high yet again, and those irreplaceable first editions stay cemented in history. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration.
Silver Fox Automotive is a family-owned and operated company with more than 30 years of experience. We are originally from the county and offer competitive prices and promise you will be completely satisfied with our work. We offer a stress-free experience to both our new and returning customers. We only use parts from reputable brands to ensure your vehicle is safe to drive. Here at Silver Fox, there will always be a friendly face to greet you. Come see us at 2004 Audlin Road in Herman.
Make your waterfront even more fun and more functional than it already is. Take it to the next level with a Shoremaster Premium Dock System from Hammond Lumber Company.
Half-off deals. Save money at foxbangor.com right now. Get the best deals from restaurants, family fun activities, events, and your favorite stores all in one place. Go to foxbangor.com and click on half-off deals and see all the money you could be saving. Half-off deals at foxbangor.com.
Welcome back. The Penobscot County Sheriff's Office is putting out a friendly reminder to Mainers to slow down on the roads after receiving what they describe as an unusually high amount of complaints. Our Grace Blanchard spoke with officials and has more.
Over the last few weeks, the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office has been receiving around 5 to 7 complaints a day about speeding vehicles, which they say is much higher than normal.
Some of it is, it's summertime and people are certainly not paying attention. We've had a lot of roads in the area repaved, certainly making it smoother traveling.
And Sheriff Morton says the problem is not criminal speeders.
Most of the time when you find that people are speeding, it's not with the intent to be criminal. It is just simply not paying attention. But that little bit of distracted driving, an increase in vehicle speed can be incredibly dangerous.
According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, for more than 2 decades, speeding has been involved in approximately 1/3 of all motor vehicle fatalities. The Sheriff's Office is asking Mainers to do their part to keep themselves and everyone around them safe on the road.
And just being mindful of it, paying attention to the road, slowing down, get there safely, will prevent traffic crashes and certainly prevent the loss of life or serious injury.
Sheriff Morton says deputies will continue to be assigned to designated areas to help monitor traffic complaints and enforce traffic laws. In studio, I'm Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Certainly a message worth repeating there. Well, a Maine school department continues to face staffing shortages in a critical area ahead of the new semester. Our David Ledford has those details.
The return of the school year is just around the corner for many Maine students. As young learners prepare to hit the books once again, multiple vacant bus driver positions within the Ellsworth School Department are leaving some concern for the new academic year.
There aren't enough drivers for the routes that we have. For a lot of our students, this is the first person that they see that's a member of the school. That person is responsible for that student until they get from their home to the school. It's super, super important.
Department representatives say if the shortage isn't solved by the time the school year starts, drivers may have to make double runs, both in the morning and in the afternoon, which could cause issues for staff, students, and parents.
What will happen is some of our students won't get home as early as they normally would. We want our students at school on time, and we want them to leave on time, and not having a full staff does affect that.
The shortage has prompted other school staff to help out.
I'm going to get my license so that I can help and be a sub driver. I have 3 other members of my custodial and maintenance staff that are willing to do it.
School department representatives say that the issue isn't exclusive to Ellsworth.
Locally, within 50 miles of us, I know for sure that they're having some of the same problems that we're having. The other school departments are facing the same thing.
To combat the issue, the Ellsworth School Department will pay for training and certification for new hires. In addition, the department will hold a job fair Thursday, August 17th from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Ellsworth Elementary and Middle School, where drivers are encouraged to apply. In Ellsworth, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A pair of 10-year-old Herman boys are becoming young entrepreneurs. Each one of them has carved time out of their summer vacations to learn what it truly means to be their own boss. Our Jody Hersey introduces us.
I take the orders and get the drinks for the people.
3 days a week, 10-year-old Jameson Walker of Herman is greeting customers from his family's food truck called JJ's Jerk Shack. The family's business is located next to Sprague's Nursery in Bangor.
Obviously, at 10 years old, we're right there with him, kind of holding his hand, but teaching him, those values and how to make change. How many kids don't understand how to make change out of a 20? And so he's learning some life skills all at the same time.
And Jameson isn't just learning skills, he's also earning money.
I get paid in tips.
10-year-old Liam Garland is working hard for every dollar he is making as well at his family's farm stand in Herman.
When the seed catalogs came in, I looked at the seeds and I decided what kinds and what vegetables I wanted to grow based on what people wanted last year.
Braden Garland says his brother Liam is a natural salesman.
When we go over to sell stuff, he likes to do all the talking and me just hold stuff.
The Garlands sell carrots, beans, peppers, and other vegetables from their garden. The variety is always changing.
Nothing compares to fresh vegetables.
However, Liam says all the cash customers spend at his stand is invested right back into the farm business.
It's a lesson their mom is more than happy to pass on to them.
We really want to enable self-sustaining humans, and this is one other way that we can teach them to take care of themselves, especially if life doesn't go the way that they planned. They can grow their food and figure out how to feed themselves and their families.
In Herman, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Such an invaluable skill, and I feel like it just, like people barely even think of it.
Yeah.
We're so conditioned to just go to the store. How many people stop and think, I could grow this for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially at such a young age, both boys there showing such great initiative, and also both families just being so supportive of them. That you really love to see that.
Yeah, it's so important, get your hands dirty.
Right.
Do a little hard work and learn the value of a dollar.
Yeah.
All really important. Well, coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, the first Republican debate is next week in Milwaukee. We'll get a preview of where the candidates stand.
And North Korea breaks its silence on Private Travis King, the U.S. soldier who crossed the DMZ several weeks ago. We'll have those stories and more as the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 continues.
We get up and go, no matter what day it is. We make sure nothing keeps us from doing what needs to be done, because we're driven by what we love. Milwaukee's outdoor power equipment handles any job, big or small. From trimmers, blowers, and mowers to chain and pole saws, Milwaukee's battery-operated high-output tools will help get you to the moments that matter most. Get what you need to keep you firing on all cylinders when you sign up for Napa Rewards. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that...
Hi, I'm Tony Hafford from TC Hafford Basement Systems, the all things basement-y company. Basement waterproofing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. Since 1991, over 15,000 Maine homeowners have trusted TC Hafford Basement Systems to fix their basements. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basement-y.
A quality replacement window made with Fibrix material, which is twice as strong as vinyl, delivered through a stress-free process. Welcome to Renewal by Andersen. Get the peace of mind knowing Renewal by Andersen handles everything, from start to finish. With one call, you'll enjoy working with the best people, exclusive products, and a superior process.
It's the people.
It's the process.
It's the product.
Call now to get our exceptional signature service. This fantastic offer is available only for a limited time. Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better way.
Let's face it, getting training and experience is hard, but at Loring Job Corps, we can help. From certifications in automotive technology, obtaining your CDL, or learning building trades, we have you covered. Maybe you prefer joining the high-tech world of computer networking or cybersecurity. We have that as well. Don't delay, get in the driver's seat to your future today. And the best part, Loring Job Corps is free. Receive free training, free meals, and even free housing. Call or go to jobcorps.gov/Loring. Job Corps careers begin here.
Summer is ending, but the savings are endless at Bob's Discount Furniture. And this Labor Day weekend, I'm throwing a summer send-off celebration with 6, 12, 30, and 60-month financing options and new everyday low prices on highly rated living rooms, best-selling bedrooms, stylish dining sets, and of course, my world-famous Papa-Pedic mattresses. Plus, entertainment and yummy treats for the kiddos. It's gonna be great! Great indeed, Balloon Bob. So join the fun at my summer send-off celebration this Labor Day weekend in all my stores.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Well, despite former President Donald Trump's legal challenges, the latest Fox News rankings show his numbers remain steady. Those rankings cover national polling, fundraising, and campaign events attended by each of the Republican primary candidates. Fox's Mark Meredith has that story.
I like Donald Trump. I voted for him. This time around, it's iffy, I guess.
Mixed feelings about former President Donald Trump in Iowa, just days after a Georgia DA filed a fourth indictment against him for alleged election interference in the state.
It's politically motivated for sure.
Trump is now facing 91 charges in 4 criminal cases in 4 different jurisdictions. But despite his legal troubles, he's still the Republican frontrunner, according to the latest Fox News Power rankings, with Trump leading by 30 to 40 points in most national polls. He's also got more cash on hand than any of his rivals, taking in more than $53 million in the first half of this year, though a good chunk of that money now going towards legal bills.
Still more effective if he was leading us from jail.
The power rankings show Trump's top rivals, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and South Carolina Senator Tim Scott.
I think they're great personalities. I think they have good people skills, not so much in-your-face politics, and they would be good leaders for our country.
The latest rankings show DeSantis in a strong position to potentially win Iowa after visiting nearly 40 of the state's 99 counties. But some voters question if he has what it takes to unite the party and reach other undecided voters.
I think Ron DeSantis is doing horrible things in Florida. I just had a baby, and I'm worried about the world that he's going to grow up in.
The rankings give us a snapshot of where things stand right now, but it could all change by next week when the Republican candidates head to Milwaukee for the first primary debate. Former President Trump has yet to say if he'll make the trip. In Washington, Mark Meredith, Fox News.
Some officials are pleased after a panel report from the World Trade Organization recognized that China's extra tariffs on certain U.S. products were illegal. High Chinese duties were imposed in retaliation after the U.S. under the Trump administration in 2018 imposed a 25% duty on global steel imports and a 10% duty on aluminum imports. Last year, the WTO ruled the move by the former commander-in-chief also violated international trade rules. The U.S. agreed to remove tariffs on EU products in 2021 under the Biden administration, but kept the metal tariffs. Both the U.S. and China now have 60 days to challenge the WTO's ruling.
Well, North Korea has made its first statement about Private Travis King, who crossed the DMZ last month. Fox's Alex Hogan has more from London.
It's been just under a month since Army Private Travis King sprinted across the border into North Korea, and now Pyongyang is saying it wasn't a mistake. North Korean state media issuing a statement on Wednesday claiming King admitted he was planning to defect after becoming disillusioned by racism in the military, writing in part, quote, he had decided to come over to the Democratic People's Republic of Korea as he harbored ill feeling against inhumane maltreatment and racial discrimination within the U.S. Army. But a senior defense official tells Fox the Pentagon isn't buying it, and there's no reason to trust North Korea's claims, which come at a politically sensitive moment. President Biden is set to host his counterparts from Japan and South Korea at a summit on Friday, focusing on threats from Pyongyang. It's the first summit for these three leaders rather than meeting on the sidelines of other international gatherings.
Strengthening our trilateral cooperation is critical to delivering for our people, for the region, and for the world. It's a force multiplier for good.
At the same time, the Pentagon is gearing up for a series of joint military drills with South Korea, simulating an attack from the north.
It's designed to be a tough and realistic exercise to strengthen the combined defense posture of the alliance response capabilities based on lessons learned from recent wars and conflicts.
And President Biden is not the only one reaching out to allies. Kim Jong-un reportedly exchanging letters with Russian President Vladimir Putin this week about strengthening the bonds between the two countries. In London, Alex Hogan, Fox News.
And still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, we'll have the latest on the aftermath of those Maui wildfires.
And coming up in sports, Maine is gearing up for Game 1 of the Little League World Series. We'll be right back.
The Mets battle the Cardinals, or the Tigers take on the Guardians. Baseball Night in America, Thursday at 7 Eastern on Fox.
A quality replacement window made with Fibrix material, which is twice as strong as vinyl. Delivered through a stress-free process. Welcome to Renewal by Andersen. Get the peace of mind knowing Renewal by Andersen handles everything, from start to finish. With one call, you'll enjoy working with the best people, exclusive products, and a superior process.
It's the people.
It's the process.
It's the product.
Call now to get our exceptional signature service. This fantastic offer is available only for a limited time. Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better way.
Who has the best kept secret in Penobscot County?
We do!
Welcome to Maple Lane Farms, a fifth-generation family farm that's committed to providing you with the best quality products. Our farm-raised local and sustainable meat is flash frozen to lock in the freshness and natural flavors. Experience the top-notch quality of our meat that's naturally raised without any antibiotics or hormones. Get the best of both worlds, quality and affordability. Try Maple Lane Farms today, the candy store for the carnivore.
Some things are worth waiting for. Something reliable, something loyal, something long-lasting. A 6-year warranty? Coyote's got that. One machine for all the dirty work? Count on Coyote. Coyote won't break your heart, and Whittemore & Sons got the deals that won't break the bank. So quit swiping and settling for less. Slide into Whittemore & Sons and be treated like family. By a family who cares. 257 Waterville Road, Skowhegan.
Rowell's Garage has been serving customers in the greater Dover-Foxcroft region since 1946. Our goal is not just selling you a vehicle, but also giving you quality service to maintain your vehicle at peak performance. Browse our inventory online or in person. Whether it's a car, truck, or SUV, we can put you in the vehicle that is right for you. Sales, service, and parts. Rowell's Garage, doing business the right way every day.
What do we always say, son? Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance.
They only pay for what you need.
That's my boy. Stay off the freeways.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Having Gordon Ramsay here, I'm terrified.
What is that? This place is a death trap. Shut it down!
Kitchen Nightmares returns Monday, September 25th on Fox.
As the drought continues and the Southwest bakes under a record heat wave, people there are getting tired of restrictions on water use. But those restrictions could be eased sooner rather than later thanks to a new announcement from the feds. Fox's Mike Emanuel has more from Washington.
It's always good to hear that the health of the Colorado River has improved.
The Interior Department delivering good news to resource management officials out west. They'll be getting more water next year. The Federal Bureau of Reclamation announcing Tuesday they'll be easing cuts from the Colorado River thanks to a wet winter that's refilling reservoirs and bringing lakes back up to normal levels. At least 80% of the water windfall comes from Lake Powell, a major reservoir in Utah.
It's quite remarkable how beneficial this year has been with rainfall and also the snowpack in the mountains.
Overall, water allotments for Arizona, Nevada, and New Mexico will be significantly higher than last year, which should give those states some breathing room heading into the fall. That means farmers can plant more crops, and residents will have fewer restrictions on everyday activities like showering and watering the lawn. But a big question remains unanswered. Exactly how much water is left in the Colorado River, and how long can the Southwest rely on it? The feds are trying to find out as they negotiate longer-term agreements with state and tribal governments.
Long term, this doesn't mean that we're out of a drought, and this doesn't mean that we need to relax or that we need to stop making every effort in Arizona to use our water as wisely as possible.
Earlier this week, the White House announced $50 million in grants to improve water infrastructure in the Colorado River area. In Washington, Mike Emanuel, Fox News.
Meanwhile, some small signs of hope in Maui after last week's deadly wildfires. Schools in some parts of the island have reopened and are welcoming displaced students. Traffic along a major highway is running again, and cleanup crews have begun clearing ash and debris in some areas. All this happening as search crews continue their grim search, finding more fire victims, with the latest death toll now standing at 110. Fox's Matt Napolitano has the story.
I cannot do anything. We never saved nothing. Nothing at all.
An emotional day in the Maui resort town of Lahaina. A highway into town reopened Wednesday, allowing residents inside for the first time since last week's deadly wildfires. For many, it was a sobering moment and a reminder of all that was lost.
The only clothes that I have is my uniform, and that's it, and my car.
While residents comforted each other, search crews and cadaver dogs continued combing the area for victims. The death toll has now surpassed 100 people, and authorities expect that to continue rising. FEMA even sending more dogs to help with the search.
This is a really difficult search operation.
The agency also announcing it's opening its first disaster recovery center on Maui to help with disaster relief. This as aid from around the nation and the world continues pouring in. The most recent is a $2 million aid donation from South Korea.
I'd like to express my deepest condolences to the people of Maui.
The fires destroyed more than 2,200 structures in the area, causing an estimated $5.5 billion in damages. While it's unclear how long the recovery will take, officials have vowed to do all they can to help the community.
I can tell you it's going to be a long and costly recovery, but much of that work will be done here with our local people.
A mobile morgue unit has also been set up in Maui to help with the long and difficult process of identifying victims. So far, just a handful of people have been named. In New York, Matt Napolitano, Fox News.
And back here at home, the Roman Catholic Diocese of Portland is making an effort to support those affected by the deadly Maui wildfires. The diocese says an estimated 4,500 people have been displaced from their homes and more than 100 people have lost their lives. The diocese is accepting financial contributions to help those who've lost their livelihoods. Donations can be made through Catholic Charities Hawaii or Catholic Charities USA. And these charities pledge that 100% of all financial gifts will be redirected or will be directed where most needed. For more information on how you can help, visit portlanddiocese.org.
You just hope that they get as much help as possible,
right,
and that folks are at least able to, clear lots, start rebuilding.
Yeah.
It's just it's unbelievable scenery. And unfortunately, it's hauntingly reminiscent of the campfire from several years ago as well, and some similar circumstances as well,
right,
and just horrific loss of life in both situations.
Yeah, it's really just shocking images there, but great to hear about the local efforts, and I'm sure that's taking place all over the country,
right,
people rallying
around the globe. Yep.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Well, when we come back, our full 5-day forecast. Stay tuned for details.
High temperatures back in the 70s today, but tomorrow is going to be a bit cooler, but then more rain showers are on the way for the weekend. Details on that when I come back.
There's never been a better time to get away. With a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. With America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now's the time to get in and get away. Lease an Elantra for $229 a month or get 3.29% APR for 48 months or $500 bonus cash. See your Bangor Hyundai dealer.
you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, contact the law offices of Joe Bornstein to learn about your legal rights. Maine has the highest rate of mesothelioma fatalities in the U.S. You may be eligible to receive compensation if you were exposed to asbestos products while working in a shipyard, mill, factory, or construction site. For a free case evaluation, dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
W.A. Bean & Sons has long been a staple in the households, restaurants, and grocery stores throughout Maine, taking pride in the fact that we put a Maine-made product on the dinner tables of Maine residents from Fort Kent to Kittery. W.A. Bean & Sons retail store in Bangor is just minutes from the Broadway exit of I-95 in the Beaumark Industrial Park and at your local supermarkets. Quality Maine products made by Maine people since 1860. From our family to yours, W.A. Bean & Sons.
Hall of Famer Edge celebrates 25 years in WWE by going one-on-one with Sheamus. Friday Night SmackDown live, 8/7 Central on Fox.
Your full weather is brought to you by Diversified Ink Tattoo Studio in Penobscot Plaza in Bangor. And let's start here. The temperature results are in from July as expected. July came back as the warmest July on record globally, land and ocean temperatures in the 174 years of record keeping. So on this map, red was above average in July and blue was below. Certainly lots of red on the map during the month of July. For us today, though, right at average, the average high being 77, 78. Most of us did that today. Tomorrow's going to be a little bit cooler also for Friday, followed by warmer temperatures on the way for the weekend. The overall trend, though, look what's happening. We're going to build a bunch of heat again across the Southwest. It's going to expand across the country once again, but it's likely not going to include us. Here we are right there for the last week or so of August. And so cooler temperatures are likely to be on the way, keeping us at or below average in temperatures then. This could put us basically in the low to mid 70s across our neck of the woods. All right, the wind today pretty much all over the place, right out of the north, south, east, and west. It'll die down tonight, but back tomorrow. When it dies down tonight, we'll likely get some areas of dense fog in there. So if you're driving, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, you know what to do with that dense fog out there tonight. All right, today though, lots of cloud cover around. There were a couple sprinkles, really random on that, but those have now faded away. We're in good spot for us tonight and a good day for us tomorrow. We should stay rain-free tomorrow before this system gets in here. And this one packs quite a punch to it. There's lots of energy in the atmosphere here. That's all moving in our direction for late tomorrow night, more so early parts of Friday morning. And that will likely bring us some rainfall and then potentially some gusty winds and some small hail in there as well. Let's walk you through it. So tonight, here we are, 4 o'clock in the morning or so, looking at lots of clouds around and lots of fog around too. And then this model wants to give us a couple sprinkles throughout the day tomorrow. They'll be few and far between across our region. The better weather comes in for us tomorrow evening. And then overall, though, we're looking at really rain not starting until late tomorrow night, but more so into Friday. In fact, here comes that rain now. You get under a couple of these showers on Friday. Here's early morning on Friday. Likely some heavy downpours out of that and maybe some gusty winds as well. And it'll likely stay with us in bands, though, off and on throughout the day on Friday. So Friday's going to be one of those days with cooler temperatures, kind of windy, and showers and thunderstorms across the area. Right now, though, radar shows sprinkles across our region currently. We're also watching, though, the tropics, right? They're coming alive right now. There's 3 systems out here, 1, 2, 3, even 4. We're going to keep an eye on that all weekend long for you. Nothing imminent for us. Our forecast then tonight, though, is looking at lots of clouds out there. Some dense fog is likely. Low temperatures down near 59 with a south breeze around 5 for tomorrow. All right, lots of clouds around, maybe a sprinkle, most likely not. A bit cooler with high temperatures near 75. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows warmer temperatures are on the way after Friday. Here's Saturday, 74. 80s, though, are back in the forecast for Sunday into Monday of next week. Beth?
So a beautiful looking day tomorrow, and then that stretch Saturday, Sunday, Monday looking pretty nice as well.
Yeah, love to see the weekend nice and clear for us.
Yeah.
And lots of sunshine.
I'm just leapfrogging over the storms that were on the 5-day.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yep. All right, well, sports is coming right up with Tyler Cruz. Stay with us.
After getting into a car accident, my husband and I were unsure of how to deal with the other insurance company.
We made the decision to reach out to the law offices of Joe Bornstein.
One phone call got the ball rolling.
It was a free evaluation but it was a big relief.
They were easy to work with, and it was clear right away that they cared about our situation.
Knowing that we had Joe's team working for us
And fighting for us.
meant that I could focus on healing.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win.
Jerry's Used Cars has been a family-owned business for more than 30 years, currently in Corinna and Vesey. However, we have changed a little as we are no longer just a buy here, pay here dealership. We now have access to outside financing and also carry utility trailers. We would be happy to assist you with your next vehicle purchase. And don't forget, here at Jerry's Used Cars, we offer an extended warranty. So give us a call at either our Corinna or Vesey location.
Who has the best kept secret in Penobscot County?
We do!
Welcome to Maple Lane Farms, a fifth-generation family farm that's committed to providing you with the best quality products. Our farm-raised local and sustainable meat is flash frozen to lock in the freshness and natural flavors. Experience the top-notch quality of our meat that's naturally raised without any antibiotics or hormones. Get the best of both worlds, quality and affordability. Try Maple Lane Farms today, the candy store for the carnivore.
A Maine veteran whose career was cut short has found a new purpose.
I mean, this is huge. I needed a way to continue to serve. And again, I saw the difference that Moxie made for me, and so I wanted to pay it forward to others.
We'll share more about the nonprofit Mission Working Dogs. Monday on Fox 22 News at 10.
Hell's Kitchen does represent the dream of a lifetime. Get it together! What planet are you on?
America.
Hell's Kitchen season premiere, September 28th on Fox.
That's my guess.
Celebrity Name That Tune, premiere September 19th on Fox.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's kick things off on the Diamond. The Little League World Series starting with the opening ceremony festivities Wednesday morning. The Maine All-Stars will get their first licks Thursday afternoon against Seattle. Earlier Wednesday, the team was out taking a little BP. The Maine All-Stars swept their way to the World Series with 3 consecutive wins at the New England Regionals. And these young men have powered their way to Williamsport with outstanding pitching, defense, and timely hitting. There are 10 teams from the U.S. and 10 international teams all vying for the Little League World Series championship. And the boys from Gray, New Gloucester, and Raymond feel like they've got a great chance. But at the end of the day, just being there is an amazing feeling.
This feels great. Definitely a dream come true to play on this field and just be here with everyone. The 40,000 people that are going to be watching. That's so cool, so cool.
It doesn't feel real, especially since every single kid's been dreaming about coming down here to play baseball. It's been great.
Wishing them the best of luck. Over to the football field now in Herman. Pottle Field has gotten a complete makeover, and the Hawks could be using it pretty late into the year, too. Tyler Cruz has the story.
I'm just so excited to be out for this year, especially on this new field. It'll be something to remember.
Herman High School has a new present ready for this fall. Brand new artificial turf for Pottle Field.
It's crazy. I mean, we've been talking about this for a couple years now. I mean, the idea got tossed around, but just being out here is just something else. It's crazy to just be able to come out here and know, like, this is our home, and like this is where we're gonna play.
A surface that football, soccer, field hockey, and more will all use.
We're finally going to be able to have playoff games, not just for football, but for soccer and field hockey as well. In the spring, we're talking softball, baseball could come out here, plow this stuff off, and get out earlier than a lot of people.
Herman athletes enjoying their first few runs on the turf this week, and to get this kind of investment from the community is something that means a lot.
It's just amazing. It's such a testament to the community as a whole and how they view the athletics as a whole here in Herman.
For the Hawks football squad, they've been a solid contender in the region for the past few seasons. And one reason for that, it's simple. The energy they bring every time they step out of the locker room.
We come out, no one's screaming, no one's yelling. We're not going to win. It's all energy right from the locker room, walk out, just lap, warm up, pregame. It's everything. Energy's everything. I think just everyone being excited, like when that Friday night comes, everyone just knows that all of our team is just like ready to be here.
And that energy has led them to quite a few deep playoff runs over recent years. But most times they were set to host games they'd happen over at Hamden or Husson. But now, with Pottle's makeover, the town of Herman will hopefully get to pack the stands for some playoff football this fall.
Just how big is it for us to be able to play late October, early November here on a beautiful field and a beautiful complex?
In Herman, I'm Tyler Cruz, ABC 7 Fox 22 Sports.
Thank you for that, Tyler. Now let's stay with some football. Up in Orono, the Black Bears are wrapping up their last week of camp before week 1 in 2 weeks. On Wednesday was the Black Bears' final scrimmage. These guys are more than ready to face FIU September 2nd. One of the biggest ways the Black Bears can improve their chances this year is through their defense. Lots of trouble last year, which cost them some wins. There are some good vibes going around, though, and all of it comes down to having a better grasp on the material than last year and internal competition.
When you can easily grasp the concept and the scheme that we're playing with, it's just playing football and being athletic and using your athleticism to make plays. Anytime we could compete with each other and get better and make each other better, we understand that that's our 1% for the day. And as long as we keep stabbing those bricks, we could be unstoppable.
There were some big plays the D gave up in Wednesday's scrimmage, but there were also some great stops because of that better understanding and intensity. Lots of chatter on the sidelines, everyone was into the action, and the hits were hard. For new defensive coordinator Jeff Commissiong, that will be a key going forward for the Black Bears to cash in on clutch situations.
The game of football, intensity always factors in. Right? It's a game where it's a physical game, it's an emotional game. Right? You got to learn how to channel that energy, right? That intensity. It's huge because a lot of times when things are on the line, right, that intensity, right, shows up and the guy ends up making a play, getting a stop and doing something to help this team win.
Okay, that's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ryan Sudol. We'll be back right after the break.
Let's face it, getting training and experience is hard, but at Loring Job Corps, we can help. From certifications in automotive technology, obtaining your CDL, or learning building trades, we have you covered. Maybe you prefer joining the high-tech world of computer networking or cybersecurity. We have that as well. Don't delay, get in the driver's seat to your future today. And the best part, Loring Job Corps is free. Receive free training, free meals, and even free housing. Call or go to jobcorps.gov/Loring. Job Corps careers begin here.
Silver Fox Automotive is a family-owned and operated company with more than 30 years of experience. We are originally from the county and offer competitive prices and promise you will be completely satisfied with our work. We offer a stress-free experience to both our new and returning customers. We only use parts from reputable brands to ensure your vehicle is safe to drive. Here at Silver Fox, there will always be a friendly face to greet you. Come see us at 2004 Audlin Road in Herman.
I got hurt by a big truck. Why did I call the twos? Because life-changing injuries deserve life-changing money. We got a client who broke multiple bones in a commercial vehicle accident, $700,000. Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home, chances are you have a lot of questions. Norm Prouty has answers. Learn some tips and tricks and explore some beautiful new homes on the market. The Norm Prouty and Donnell Baker Real Estate Show, Sunday mornings at 8:30 on Fox 22.
Hanks Husqvarna is your full-line Husqvarna dealer with 2 convenient locations, 32 Old State Road in Carmel and 19 Moosehead Trail in Newport. Whether it's tractors and zero turns, chainsaws to trimmers, or pressure washers to battery power, everything is set up, serviced, and ready to go by our certified Husqvarna technician. And all sales are backed by our in-house Husqvarna warranty. For parts, service, or sales, stop in to Hanks Husqvarna, Carmel, or Newport.
Still catching feelings, hey. You feel like summer, baby, dancing in the lobby. Still catching feelings for you. Feels for you. Feelings for you. Feelings for you. You feel like summer, baby. Still catching feelings for you.
Wake up with Good Morning Maine and
Good Morning America.
Lego Masters is back.
It's sink or swim.
Please float, please float, please float.
We got a minifig down.
Lego Masters season premiere, Thursday, September 28th on Fox.
As the writers' strike drags on, a well-known comedy club is raising money for those on the picket line. As Fox's Ed Laskos tells us, this fundraiser has a twofold purpose: help the strikers pay their bills as well as take their minds off these difficult times.
The Hollywood strike takes center stage here at the Laugh Factory in Hollywood.
We are here for a great cause to support the writers and the actors that are on strike. Let's make some noise.
Comedian Ruben Paul, just one of several A-listers on this night, all as they say here in the Stand Up for Strikers benefit.
We're going to put some money into it. We're going to make sure people stay housed, stay fed. Now, I can't take care of everybody. I'm having a hard time with my own family. But we can raise some money and make some things happen.
It's a packed house, sold out with tickets starting at $25 and up. A marquee event on the Sunset Strip that has fans lining up early, even some striking union members showing their support.
And we're here in support and solidarity with the writers and ourselves. I guess it's beyond solidarity at this point. We all trying to get a fair contract from the greedy producers.
It's just the latest fundraising event by the Laugh Factory. Last June, all the proceeds from its opening night here at its newest club in Covina, just like Tuesday's big benefit show here on the Strip, all going to the Entertainment Community Fund.
That's the point. That's the point. Hopefully do whatever we can do, help the entertainment community and everybody. That's part of the whole thing. Without them, without comedian, we wouldn't be here.
That is the first glimmer of hope finally comes in the 3-month-old writer's strike, as the Writers Guild and the studios are talking again. At the Laugh Factory, the strike has the cast of the independent film back on the Strip, dealing with that strike in their very own way.
In lieu of a premiere, why don't we have a comedy show and donate all the proceeds to the people who are out of work? I'm actually one of them. And donate that to them, because that would be a great cause, right? So we're doing Stand Up for Strikers.
And back here in our neck of the woods, Belfast's annual Harbour Fest is set to kick off Saturday, and for the first time ever, the festivities will include a Pinewood Derby race, with that battle between two local car dealerships. Before the competition heats up, our Doug Banks met the two challengers who will be fighting not just for bragging rights, but also for a very good cause.
Weeks of smack talk are about to come to a head. In one corner, Quirk Ford. In the other, Stanley Chevrolet. But this classic Chevy vs. Ford rivalry will not be between a Camaro and a Challenger. Instead, it'll take the form of Pinewood Derby cars.
This is the prototype. Really outdid yourself. That's nice.
Not exactly a Camaro, but with these kits, the sky is the limit. Over the past few weeks, both dealerships have been selling these kits to customers who can also craft their own cars to race in the Derby competition or pull their old one out of the attic.
My engineering team, which is me, is going to be doing some more wind tunnel testing. So
This Derby race is more than just a competition to see who's the best. The funds raised will go towards something great.
It's going into the Waldo District Scouting Program to be able to keep scouting alive. I love the fact of being able to, help give back to this group, which has not only given me a lot, but also I've seen the kids be given a lot from it.
What we had envisioned was just to cover the cost of the car kits, that there wouldn't be any proceeds. But both to the generosity of Stanley and Quirk, they've made a significant donation to scouting as well.
The Derby race will be open to the public from 11:30 a.m. to 1:45 p.m. on Saturday. But who will win the largely anticipated Chevy vs. Ford race?
Me. He hesitated. I didn't. You spoke first.
In Belfast, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Maybe those three guys can host a comedy show too. It seems like they've got the ability. Well, the annual Touch a Train in Hancock will be back this Saturday, August 19th. The event starts at 9 a.m. and goes until 1:30, and everyone is welcome to experience firsthand a piece of Maine's history. Down East Scenic Railroad will have tours of an active steam train, rides in a speeder car, even giving people the opportunity to ring a locomotive bell. They're also offering $2 off the 10:30 train, traveling 12 miles through the beautiful Cardbrook wetlands. The president of Down East Scenic Railroad says it's important to show people the history of this 1884 built railroad.
It is them seeing an important part of the history, not only of Down East Maine, but also of the United States, and the important role that railroads
played in the earlier days, but continue to do so today.
Well, admission is free, and Washington Junction Yard is located at 8 Railroad Siding Road in Hancock. Now, to learn more, you can visit touchatrain.org.
Just a really cool opportunity for families and anyone really who's interested in locomotives to get out there and maybe learn a thing or two.
There's a lot of fun stuff coming up, actually.
There really is.
Alrighty, folks, that is going to do it for us. From everybody here at Fox 22, good night.
Good night, everyone.